Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, say call my Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Kakadash, the ones to our apostles, our elders, to the teachers of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to you elect that's out there. You true man of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, you few women, you few sisters, man. All right. Blessing to you, your households, the faith, man. So yeah, man, you got this new film that released, G20, another snooze fest, feminist boss girl type movie, you know. It just goes to show you that this place is fucking going down, man. But it's really a love tale between Esau and Eve, okay? Because you got to go back to the garden. You got to go back to the beginning of all this, all right? See, to understand the present, you must understand the past in order to be able to understand the future as well, what's to come. So, okay, there was a pact that was made between the serpent, between Eve. All right, the serpent and Eve. There was a deal made in order to destroy or usurp the authority of the man. So everything that's happening right now is this journey or the story of the Israelite man getting back to his power, starting with the ultimate Israelite man, which is Yahweh Shai. All right, this is what the story is about. So here it is: Esau and Eve. Okay, their little run is over. All right, their run is over. You know. So yeah, that's what symbolically you're seeing with all these movies, TV shows, and all right, you're seeing that America is going down, and Eve and that so-called white man are going down with it. All right, and who's coming up? Who's the one that's coming up, baby? The Israelite man. The Israelite man is coming up. The Israelite man is coming up. The Israelite man is on the up and up. The Israelite man is the desirable one. The Israelite man is the one that, you know, everybody's looking to as a sex symbol now, as the scripture says, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, man. Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. You know, so shitty movie, all right, which is the G20 movie starring Viola Davis. All right, which at the end of the day, you know, it's another one of these terrible ass productions that they produce, you know, today in modern day Hollywood, you know. See, I remember a time where the movies were exceptional, man. And you look forward to every release. You look forward to, when I was a kid, I look forward to, bro. I look forward to, you know, what's going to come this summer. What movies they're going to release. You know, or what, you know, but now it's like, you know, you can't enjoy anything. That's how you know this place is finished. This place is done for, man. Okay, this place is done for. Because there's nothing to look forward to. The entertainment is terrible. Like I said, I remember 20 years ago, all right, growing up as a child, man, I remember fucking, the movies were great, all right? Now the movies are just horrible, terrible, and nobody's watching them, all right? Like you saw what happened with Snow White just now. Snow White was a terrible failure, man. Snow White was a horrible failure, and these Hollywood studios keep losing money. They keep bleeding money. You know, all these movies that they put out be hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to produce, market, just for the movie to fail and fall flat on its face when it comes to the box office. Because the people are not gravitating towards. The people are not flowing onto Esau, man, no more as they used to. The people are not believing Esau's lies. They're tired of the message, the narrative, you know. They're tired of having these unrealistic movies that, you know, they have to suspend their belief for, you know. All right. Look at all these failing movies, these cross movies, man. Okay. Madam Web, that was a failure. The new Charlie's Angels, you know, that was a failure, man. Charlie's Angels, that was a failure. See, the original Charlie's Angels, you actually had sexy women doing sexy stunts and shit, man. See, now you got these feminist boss bitches with an attitude that nobody wants to watch. Nobody wants to watch them, man. Okay, the women don't even want to watch the fucking movies, all right? The women don't even want to watch them dumbass movies, all right? They'd rather watch some sophisticated material, you know? Like, what's a girl movie that did good? I don't know. It's hard to think, but talk about a serious actual movie that people actually like The Handmaid's Tale. That's a TV show though, but that was actually something that was actually a hit. All right, but you see, you got all these terrible ass movies: G20, Captain Marvel, Madam Web, The Woman King, which Viola Davis was in too, by the way. The Woman King, which that shit was terrible too. The Woman King, G20, all these movies are terrible, and the proof is in the pudding. They're not selling, you know. Captain Marvel, the Marvels, Agatha all along, it was Agatha all along. Nobody's watching these horrible ass movies. Nobody cares. Nobody cares because it's not appealing. See, he got all his numbers. He deals with data analytics, and he deals with demographics and all that shit. But he doesn't even look at the numbers, man. All right, he doesn't even look at the numbers. He don't even care. All he cares about is pushing his agenda, his weak ass agenda of his, which is feminism, man. But see, that's costing him that's costing him money. All right, showing you that he's a terrible manager of the earth, and a terrible manager of the resources. That's why Walt Disney Company and which Walt did the Disney branch of itself. It has many branches, but Disney in itself is falling apart. It's bleeding all over the place. Like the American Empire is bleeding all over itself. All right, the American no more like they used to. All right. I remember when I was a kid, Lil Wayne came out when I was like 2007 and shit. He was like, man, I watch ESPN. That's why ESPN was at its height, man. 2000. In the early 2000s, that's when movies and shit and TV was still kind of decent, But then came, 2010s and all that shit. Now till now, to the point where everything is horrible, man. Everything is just trash. You can't watch a show without being some Moism in it. Some girl boss, that takes down, an army of hundreds and hundreds of men. Nobody wants to watch this shit, man. Nobody wants to watch this. And see, these people, they haven't caught on. They haven't caught on that nobody wants to watch this shit. All right, they'd rather watch Miss Universe contest, man, than watch some fucking woman beat up men. Some 60, 70-year-old woman beat up grown men, trained special forces. You have some grandma beating up young men, 6'5" in their prime, trained killers. All right, nobody wants to watch that shit, but that's Esau. That's what Esau spends money on. See, these movies ain't nothing but propaganda. That's all it is. The movies are nothing but a propaganda machine. Hollywood is a big ass propaganda machine, man. That's all it is. Hollywood. So the message is okay. The one that's gonna save the world is the black woman, and you black men ain't nothing but bitches. You ain't nothing but bitches. That's the message in all these movies. You're moles. Turn yourselves into moles, like Ashton Sanders and Moonlight, and and be like Mashallah Ali. Just be like him. Be like what's his name? Mashallah Ali. You know, another mole. Be like Michael. What's the other dude name? What's the other dude named Michael? Name Michael Clark Duncan. That was a big dude that died of cancer. I think he died. What's that big dude name? The dude that was a mole, Michael Williams. I think it was Michael Williams. He played a mole in like 5 different movies, man. And they found out he was actually a mole. Well, all these dudes are moles, you know. But the thing is, on the big screen, they don't portray. See, that's why they got rid of Jonathan Majors. They don't portray you so-called black men or you land tribes as powerful figures. You know, they don't portray you as any powerful figures. You know, they portray you as bitches. You know, wearing dresses and being moles. All right, that's why they only have one black superhero, the Black Panther, and they took him out. Okay, so Jonathan Majors was the next one up, and they got him in a scandal with the white woman. You know, they took him out of there. All right, but see, they're gonna put up a black woman superhero though over you. See, they when they was gonna replace Daniel Craig, they were gonna replace Daniel Craig as Bond, and who did they think? They thought about Letitia James. They thought about Letitia James. They didn't think about Idris Elba. And why did you put Idris Elba there? You know, he couldn't fit the bill. All right, but no. We might put Letitia James. Now they made Letitia James the 000. But they didn't make her James Bond. But see, that was the original thought that they were going to put up there. They were going to put her up there as the new 00. But it ended up being that she was like the copy of 00, whatever. But anyways, 007 was supposed to be Idris Elba, man. But no. Idris Elba was too masculine looking, man. He's too. He got a beard. He's a tall black man. He talk with a deep fucking voice. You know. You see, so we gotta give queers like Will Smith, man, to run shit. We gotta give moles like Will Smith, you know. And we'll give Will Smith roles like Hancock and this and that. See, Hancock was a drunk. He wasn't even like a strong, you know. He was a drunk and a fuck up, you know. You see how everything's deliberate. Everything's done deliberately, man. Hancock was a fuck up, bro. You know, he wasn't like Superman. Superman was, you know, he had a redemption story. He got this, he got that. You know, it's someone that you could look up to. It teaches you character and shit like that. But see, Hancock was nothing but a drunk and a fuck up. So it's all done by design. It's all done by design, man. It's all done by design, and we know this for facts. All right, this is why this is why Hollywood's, you know. So Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 4, it says, "And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the sound of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low." So Hollywood is not selling. The music industry, they're broke. All right, streaming and all that shit has destroyed the album sales. You know, the music is horrible. The music is fucking horrible. It's all feminism or drug use, satanic worship, or killing. That's all it is. Drug dealing and killing, man. Drug dealing, stealing, and killing. And the movies, all right, the action movies ain't even good. G20, that's a terrible action movie. I was watching Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. That shit was horrible. If you watch 1995 Heat with Val Kilmer got put to death right just now. You watch the 95 Heat movie with Pacino and Val Kilmer is better than some bullshit that they do today. Pantera 2, right? They had to put it out for free on DVD or whatever, or on Netflix and shit. Which Netflix not free, but it was in theaters a couple months ago, and like 3 weeks later they throw it on they throw it on demand for free, you know. Den of Thieves 2 Pantera was horrible, man. You know, you sit there and watch a movie from 1995 like Heat, and that shit was better. You know, it's better because the quality. See, back then you actually put thought into shit, man. The comedy movies were better, you know, like Rush Hour and shit. They don't even make movies like Rush Hour no more. They got dumbass movies. What's the comedy movies of today? You know, like the box office has been plummeting since the pandemic. You know, all these movies are flopping every time they release because there's no more wisdom in teaming. Scripts tell you there's no more wisdom in the white man and these directors. There's probably like 3, 4, 5 good movies a year that people actually go and watch and they're actually successful. Other than that, all the movies are failing. Barbie, that shit failed last year. Snow White, failure. Mulan, another one of the feminist movies, another feminist Chinese movie. Even the Chinese didn't watch that shit, man, because they're not programmed like these Americans are. But even the Americans are waking up to the programming, man. They're not even watching that bullshit Mulan, and you know, which the cartoons were better because at least the cartoons didn't have so much feminism and programming and weird stuff in it, man. The cartoons were decent. All right, the cartoon movie of Mulan, that was a hit. All right, the original Avatar and all that shit, you know, the Lion King. You know, they got the new Mufasa one or whatever. I was watching it with the kids. It was all right, you know, whatever. But it just wasn't the same. It didn't have that charm, that spark as it used to, man. You know, like the movies back in the day. Now, some of them kids' movies are all right, you know. But those are the only ones that are kind of profitable. But everything else is just like not profitable. They put it out, they spend billions and billions of dollars, and it ends up being terrible. You know what I mean? It ends up being terrible. That's right. That's why I don't want. Yeah, that's right, brother. Shalom, yeah, but since that's all you brethren. Yeah, man. Hey, it's horrible. Everything is horrible now. So it says the daughters of music be brought low. Okay, what are the daughters of music? The daughters of entertainment, man. You know, that's all it is. It's all a bunch of moism and a bunch of wickedness. You know, so you can't watch that. It's better to watch movies from old or watch the low budget movies that are like, you know, that's how I be on Hulu or whatever. I'll be watching them like not low budget, but like, you know, them movies that are not so like, you could tell it's like they're made by, you know, the budget might be 5-10 mil, you know. There's like psychological thrillers, shit like that. That's what I'll be watching. I'll be watching like, you know, true crimes type of shit. You know, I'll be watching YouTube, of course, watching, you know, news and actual information that actually profit me. But if I turn on a movie, you know, it's not these big ass blockbusters. Most of them be shit unless it's like Dune or something. Dune was good. Dune was a great movie because it was actually done by a talented individual like your man Denis Villeneuve, which he's a Canadian Jake. Go back to the well, it looked like he's a Jake, you know. Every movie he put out was with salt, just like that man Ryan Coogler, which he's an actual Jake, but Ryan Coogler, which they talking about that movie Sinners, which I didn't even go watch it, but through the spirit I may not check it out. But see, I've always been into the movies, man, and see, it's a disappointment when, you know, now all of a sudden the movies are horrible. The movies are terrible. So it just shows you that the world's going down. Everything is going down. The video games are horrible. Like they don't produce any good games anymore, man. And they have more technology than they did back then in the PS2 era, in the PS3 era, and all that shit. In the PS2, PS3 era, PS4 era, all them fucking games were good, especially P2 and Xbox One. All them fucking games are good. Metal Gear Solid, fucking all them games were good, brother. All them games were good, man. Devil May Cry, all the GTAs, they'll put a GTA out like every other year. San Andreas and Vice City and this and that. And them shits is good. The GTA 4, still good to this day. GTA 5, they've been playing GTA 5 for the last fucking 20 years. Last 15 years, I don't know, it came out 2000, I don't know, when did it come out? 2013 or something like that. They haven't put out a GTA 6, man, because they just milking the online. All they're doing is milking the online. So the thing is, the Call of Duties are terrible. The Call of Duties are not even. It's just a carbon copy of the year before or whatever. Just like the FIFAs. The FIFAs, to the point where FIFA took their name off the game. They're like, well, fuck that. We don't want. We don't want it to be associated with this no more. You know, because the game is terrible. FIFA is gone. It's FC now and shit like. But they're still selling you the same game. You know, so it's like there's no variety no more. You know, there's nothing. It's all carbon copy and loot boxes and shit and gambling. You know, you just buy for you pay for DLCs. You pay like $80 for one game. You know, and then you got to pay a bunch of money for DLCs. You pay 2K and all this other shit so you can get VC and you know it's horrible, brother. The industry is horrible. The entertainment industry has gone to hell, man. It's all gone to shit. It's all gone to shit. So what does that tell you? That this place is done for. This place is done for, man. All right, this place is done for. Everything's programming of the devil, you know, wickedness, in the form of entertainment, and the target is you tribes. The target is the kids. You know, you're paying more for less quality, man. Today you pay more money for less quality. All right, you buy a game system, $500 or something, and then a couple games you didn't spend another $500. That's what the system was worth. You know, unless you get an Xbox and you get a Game Pass or something, you know, and then you could pay game $15 a month or whatever, unlimited amount or whatever. But the thing is, it's just a terrible thing, you know, just a terrible thing. It's just a robbery of the consumer, which that's what the white man does. That's his society. That's why everything is collapsing in on his ass, you know, and that's why he's failing in these different. And these different avenues, which his main cash cow used to be this Hollywood. One of his main cash cows. Now Hollywood is done for, man. You know, Hollywood is done for. So yeah, man. So the book of Ecclesiastes 12:4, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grind is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music be brought low. Yeah, so the daughters of music being brought low, man. All right. See, nobody wants to watch feminism bullshit, man. Nobody wants to watch Viola Davis old ass fight men for 90 minutes or an hour, you know, or 2 hours, you know. Viola Davis is a good actor. Let her do a womanly role, man. Like when she played that singer, she was a singer. I forgot with that movie with Chadwick Boseman. She did a good job, man. She played some old black woman singer, and she did a good job, man. That's what she's supposed to do. You know, nobody saying they can't act. The woman can't act, but let her play a role that she could do, man. You know, god damn, I don't want to watch no grown ass old woman beating up on niggas and shit. You know, that's not nobody wants to watch that shit, man. Okay, hey, honey, you know, you with your girl, you want to go watch Viola Davis beat up some men? She don't even want to watch that shit. No, you know. Esau has lost his mind, man. Esau is such a devil that he don't even care about the money no more. All he wants to do is just destroy the minds of the people. You know, man. Look, bro, the program has got to a point where, you know, it's in every movie, man. Cartoon, TV show. I mean, you watch anything, and it's some girl power shit, which the Lord told you the woman will compass a man, but that's not the right way. So the natural order of things is coming back on the earth, because now what you're seeing is that the people are rebelling against us. That's why I just tell you they will not regard their kings nor princes. The people are just, you know, they're fed up with the programming, man. That's why they're not going to the theaters. They're not paying their money no more. They're all right. Well, fuck it, you know. They're just staying at home and doing their thing, man. You know, a lot of people, you know, because they're just seeing what this devil is, man. They're seeing what he is, and they're getting tired of this devil, man. You know, they're getting tired of this guy. You know, so the Hollywood wokeness has backfired on these people, man. The wokeness of Hollywood and Hollyweird and all that. It was supposed to be a new enlightenment and all this stuff, you know. And Esau thought the people were that dumb, but now the spirit of the Lord has counteracted it, you know, basically, if you will, you know. So Jeremiah 31:22, it says, "A woman, how long should I go that backsliding daughter? For the Lord have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man." So yeah, this is a woman compassing a man. See, in Esau's world, you know, his agenda. All right, which let me get the word agenda. We should all know what agenda means, but for edification's sakes, you know, an agenda. This devil's agenda, his modus operandi, his ways to do everything adverse to the scriptures, everything adverse to the Heavenly Father, and to paint you in a bad light as Israelites, man. Okay, I got your women, and I'm gonna embarrass you Israelite men. You know, I'm gonna put you to shame. You know, but see, really, he's coming up against himself. You know, because the more he comes up against us, the more he makes himself look terrible. You know, because now the covenant that this devil made with hell, which you starting with the woman, she made that covenant with hell, is now being disannulled. So Eve is losing and Esau is losing, you know. And who's winning? The Israelite man. The Israelite man is winning. All right, so it's funny, man. It's comical. It's entertaining, you know. It's entertaining to watch this place go down. See, the reality, real life is more entertaining than a movie, you know. It's more entertaining than the movies. Agenda. It says matters of practice, things to be believed, matter of faith. To do, items of business to be done at a meeting. Okay, an agenda. Items on the agenda. All right, an agenda. Matters of practice. So Esau's modus operandi, which means matter of practice, that's his agenda. You know, so his agenda, he pushes it in the movies. That's what he's pushing. He's not pushing righteousness. He's not pushing man and the nucleus of the so-called black family or the Israelite family. He ain't pushing a man being a man. He ain't pushing the Most High Yahweh Bashim Ashai. He ain't pushing none of that. That's our job, to push righteousness on the earth. You know, to push the truth, to push the downfall of this society, to usher in the kingdom of heaven. That's our job. His job is to be the devil that the scriptures speak of, you know. So as he's the devil, he does devilish things, like producing filth and garbage, you know. Producing filth and garbage, man, on a regular basis, man. Yeah, movies and comedy always throwing shots at the Most High. I remember a couple years on YouTube career said something about passed out instantly. Yeah. That's it, brother. That's it. Because that's it. Because in every movie they disrespect the name of the Lord, talking about Jesus. That's blasphemy, man. You know. Anytime somebody's smashing or something, they talk about Jesus. You know, Christ and God. You know, they do it in the porn flicks. They do it in the Hollywood movies, which are nothing but porn flicks. You know, they do it on TV shows, music videos. They got Baphomet rituals, bloodletting rituals out, you know, and it's readily available. Little kids can watch it. You know, there's no parental guidance and nothing like that. You know, young kids can watch it. That's why these little young niggas are all off the chain, man. And they're all possessed by spirits. All right, murderous spirits. They got bloody spirits on them. You know. All right. Like the brother said, the comedians, they're in on it too. You know, the comedians and their comedy shows. You know, you got this one Comedy Central skit where this dude, I forget his name, not Lil Duval, but I think Lil Duval was in it. But they got Black Jesus. They got one with Black Jesus where they're making fun of the Lord. He was a bum, South Central. You know, it's crazy, man. They got this one called Jesus Christ Superstar, which John Legend won a Emmy for. You know, so I mean, it's just all over the place, man. So that's why the Lord's embarrassing Hollywood, man. He's embarrassing
And all you sellouts too that partook in it, man. That partook in the bread and circus that is the movie industry, being actors and all this different shit. See, these people are wicked because really they're liars, man. They're professional liars. The word actor meaning to lie to you, man. An actor is a liar, selling you a dream, a false hope, a fantasy. See, we're the people call us liars and all that shit, but we're telling you the truth. See, we're not acting for nothing. Ain't nobody paying us. We don't work for the studio. We don't work for Universal or United Artists. We don't work for them. I don't work for the fucking Academy. I don't have to put on an act. But you motherfuckers do. You got to do what you're told. You got to go by the script. And what is the script says? Hey, well, you got to push some. The script says, you got to be a gangster little nigga putting out a black image of destruction and death and gang culture. That's the only thing they used to remember that nigga Lorenz Tate. They used to always have him playing some little gangster role, after he did Menace to Society, until they gave him roles where when he got older, then he gave him more like black fatherly roles and shit like that. But they only had 50 Cent and them niggas playing thug roles, They had Mekhi Phifer playing nothing but nigga thug roles, Like if you was a black girl up until like the 2020s and shit like that, you was playing nothing but whore stripper roles, man. Now they got them playing superhero girl boss roles like Viola Davis is doing in the G20 movie. That's a laughable role. That's not a role for her. Why don't they just get a young black dude like Michael B or one of them niggas to play a super agent? Just get Michael B. Put the nigga Michael B in the movie. They couldn't call one of them guys, man. Call goddamn Lakeith Stanfield. They could have had his ass playing one of them. No, but they put a woman up there so she could be G20, the president, to save the free world. You see what I'm saying? With the help of Esau. Esau. So everything's done by design, man. Everything's done by design, and it's an agenda. It's an agenda to push down your throat that the woman is superior to you. And why don't they give you positive role models of you so-called black men? Because they don't want to. They want to keep you down, man. They want to uplift that woman over you, and they want to keep your ass at the bottom and keep you with low self-esteem. They don't have no movies where you're warriors and shit like that. Only the Black Panther, and then they had to kill that guy too. They had to take him out, give him cancer. So hey, just goes to show you, man. Just goes to show you. If they have a strong black man up there, they're gonna tear him down like Jonathan Majors, man. See, the thing with Jonathan Majors don't really get talked about as it should, man. You got dudes defending Jonathan Majors, this and that. But see, Jonathan Majors was set up, man. He was set up. The man was set up. He dealt with that white woman, and they set his ass up, man. She was probably his handler. And then he ran back to the black woman. Now he ran back to Megan Good. He about to get married. But see, he's destroyed. That guy Jonathan Majors is destroyed, man. He's like a little boy running around lost in Hollywood and with no guidance, because he left the hands of that black woman, with that white woman who was his handler, and now he ran into the hands of some old ass used up Megan Good, man. Megan Good's like 10 years older than that dude, man. You see what happens to these little young black dudes that make it and are successful? They always end up with some fucking cougar, either some old ass black woman that they don't love them and is used up and past it, or they get with a white woman and the white woman abuse them and gets them in trouble, like Grace Jabari did to your man Jonathan Majors, man. So Jonathan Majors is in between two straits, man. Just like all these young little black dudes that go into the industry, man. They just get used, abused, either turned into moles or turned into fucking memes, a poster child for stupidity, like your man DaBaby or the rest of these guys. See what happened to Ant Edwards? Look at Ant Edwards, man. He's in the playoffs right now. They just whipped the Lakers' asses. Ant Edwards is in the midst of baby mama drama with a bitch that's like 15 years older than him, man. You see what I'm saying? They don't have nobody to guide these little young niggas. What happens when they get up there and get some money? They end up losing it all, like MC Hammer, like fucking Antoine Walker, like your man Zion. They about to take this nigga Zion $200 million contract because of what he's doing with his baby mamas and shit. You see? Zion Williamson, The dude's supposed to be the next star when he came in the league in 2019. And then what happened to him? He just been injured, fat, overweight, and now he got like 3-4 baby moms that are sucking up all his money. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, brother, this is the time of the prophets. This is the time of the elect of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai. This is not the time for these celebrities and the stars of music. The stars of heaven are being brought low. The daughters of music are being brought low, man. That's what it says, Ecclesiastes 12:4. All these super duper, people of the world and making all this money, and they're all losing. And who's winning? The faithful, the lowly. Scripture say Matthew 5:5. The meek shall inherit the earth, man. Okay, so yeah, man. Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see. But see, we have the knowledge, wisdom of the scriptures. That's why it says Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of your times and the strength of that salvation. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of that times and the strength of that salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. So the fear of the Lord is our treasure. So that's why we're guided by the Spirit. We don't get into situations. We don't get into situations that these people do, because they don't have the protection of the Lord, man. See, we're protected by the Lord. He keeps us away from the traps and the snares that's of the world. When you got that money, when that money comes in, when you're a millionaire and you got all this money, you are open up to demons. You're surrounded by demons in the spirit and in the flesh. You're surrounded by wicked, evil people that want to use you and destroy you and tear and tarnish your name. You're just a tool in the game. See, we're a tool on the right hand side for Yahweh Shem Yahshai. These little niggas of Hollywood and these dudes that work for these agencies and these actors, entertainers, all these niggas of the world, all these dudes that receive their consolation. But see, that comes with demons. It comes with pleasure, but also comes with demons. Because see, the scripture tell you in Psalm 16:11, at the right hand of the Lord are pleasures forevermore. On the left hand side, there's pleasures, but they're not forever. They come with a price. They come with what they showed you in that one movie with your man Keanu Reeves, the Devil's Advocate. The devil advocate Al Pacino gave him 3 wishes, and after the 3rd wish, all hell started coming on his ass, because he made a deal with the devil, and that's you 2/3 niggas, that's you 2/3 niggas. That's all you, all right. So Isaiah 28th chapter, it says, Isaiah the 28th chapter and the 13th verse. Actually, no. 14th verse. It said, wherefore hear the word, Lord, ye scornful men that rule his people in Jerusalem. It says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell we are in agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. We have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood we have hid ourselves. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious stone, a sure foundation. He that believeth on him should not make haste. Judgment will I also lay to the lion, and righteousness to the plummet. And the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the water shall overflow the hiding place. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled. See, that covenant that you 2/3 niggas made, starting with Eve, because the scriptures tell you that through her we all die. So it starts with her, and then it trickles down to you, because you follow after her to do the wickedness. So now they're both going down. Eve and Esau ass are going down, and 2/3 of you niggas, you're going down too. So your covenant with hell is being disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. Your agreement with Hollywood, your agreement with the white man that you made with in blood is not going to stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then he shall be trodden down by it. See, we made an agreement with the Lord in blood on the right hand side. All right, the scripture tell you, Romans the 8th chapter, there's no condemnation to them that are in Yahushua, meaning they're covered by the blood of Yahushua. We're covered by the blood of Yahushua, Lord willing. You niggas, you covered. You made a deal with the white man on the left hand side. See, Viola Davis, she represents Eve. Eve, that black woman, she made a pact with the white man to usurp your authority as an Israelite man. See, we're Israelite men. We're guys on this earth, man. And that bitch, she made a fucking deal with the white man to usurp our authority, man. You see? She made a deal. See, when we get on a woman, you get all emotional because, oh, she's a... No. We are gods. We're her owner. We are her lord. And she made a fucking deal to go behind our backs so she could be Viola Davis on the screen. You see, when we see things through the spirit, we see things more deeper than the average Joe. Okay? When I see G20 and I see the woman king and I see Viola Davis up there looking all masculine and shit, that's nothing but the old school garden pack, man. That's the old school garden pack back there, man. You know, that's the pack that was made in the garden. See, if you was in your power, you would be the one up there on the big screen. You would be the one. The Jake would be on the star of the show. No, the star of the show is the woman. You see, the star of the show is Eve. This is a feminist society, man, where they put the woman on the pedestal, just like in the ancient world, right? You had Diana, Ephesus, and all this shit. The god, the queen of heaven, and all that. That was practiced in Rome and Greece and all that shit, man. All right, and when you read the book of Acts, they actually talk about Diana, Ephesus, and all that, you know, because that was an ancient tradition of feminism coming back today. That shit's coming back today at this time that we're living in now, man. In these fucking movies and TV shows and pornography and all that shit, that's all woman worship, man. That's all woman worship, man. Porn is woman worship, all right, and ride worship and all that, you know. But all that shit is in the movies. It's sexualized. It's put out there, you know. It's put out there for kids to watch. It's in cartoons. It's all that. So the woman pedestalization and all that shit is in every movie. And that's why the movies are not selling, because the people are tired. See, it's not in your nature to worship a woman. It's not in your nature to do that. See, and the natural way of things is coming back on the earth, man. It's not in our nature to fucking worship a woman, you know? It's not in our nature to see. Why did the movies work back in the day in the 80s and 90s? Because you had male-led action movies. You had motherfucking, even though they were white dudes, but you know, they were led. You had fucking superheroes like goddamn Sylvester Stallone, and you had goddamn Bruce Willis, and that's why they made like 5 diehards, man. You know, you had Sylvester Stallone, you had goddamn Wesley Snipes, you had you know, you had goddamn John Claude Van Damme, you know, you had the WWE superstars, you had all kind of superstars, Triple H, the Heartbreak Kid, you had the Undertaker, John Cena, fucking The Rock when he was in his prime. Not now, the new Rock, that nigga's a mo. But the old Rock, he was a badass dude. He was a bad dude, man. You know? See, that's when the WWE was at its height. You had fucking Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. These were fucking macho men, man. Macho Man, Randy Savage, and all that shit. See, who are the superstars, man? Fucking women, you know? Who are the superstars? Girls? Nigga, see, the only reason niggas watch the women is to see them in a bikini, you know, and see if she got a fat old ass or what she got going on. They don't watch them to watch them beat niggas up. Nobody watches the women UFC. Nobody watches the fucking WNBA, man. Nobody watches that shit. That shit has no market. But they watch grown ass men put a ball in the basket because that's entertaining. It's entertaining, man. You know, it's manly. It's fucking masculine, man. But it's nothing as sexy about watching women fucking fight. You know, it's not. Nobody's watching. I don't want to watch Amanda Nunes and shit. You know, who wants to watch Amanda Nunes, brother? Do you want to watch some fucking Clarissa Shields fight? I've never watched a single Clarissa Shields fight. Okay, but I'll watch fucking Floyd fight at 60 years old. I'll watch that nigga fight, even though I don't like him. But shit, you know, I'll watch Canelo, or, you know, whatever. You know, if Triple G comes out of retirement, I'll watch Triple G, man. You know, Triple G, John Jones come out of retirement, nigga, come back and fight. Daniel Cormier, one of them niggas. All right, but I don't want to watch Lisa Leslie shoot the ball. You know, I don't want to watch Lisa Leslie, man, or Brittany Griner and shit. What the fuck is this, man? You got people starving to death, and people are paying money to watch some bitches play basketball. Why don't they go and be wives, man? Aja Wilson and all that shit. They're all terrible, man. They're all horrible. They're fucking horrible basketball players. I'm more entertaining on the court than one of them hoes. You know? We never play at the professional level, but I guarantee you, brother, you get together with a group of dudes on the street, and y'all are more entertaining than the WNBA. There's a shit called The Next Chapter on here on the YouTube and all that shit. Hey, they get more views than the WNBA, man. And there's some niggas that played JUCO and they played in the G League and shit like that. That shit's entertaining, bro. That shit's entertaining, man. More entertaining than watching, the only time niggas watch women is the bikini contest, man. Miss Universe, Miss USA, Teen USA, the nightgown contest. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. Yeah, okay, niggas will watch that. People will watch that because that's entertaining, man. That's a woman in her element, walking around looking all sexy. You know? What the fuck is this, bro? You got grown-ass, masculine-looking bitches. Man, just hire a dude, man. Just hire a dude and let that nigga beat niggas up, man. Hire, what's his dude name? Michael J. White? Michael J. White. Get Michael J. White to do another movie where he kicking niggas' asses. You know? How many movies he made? All the movies were successful. You know, they were all successful, but they didn't give that man his props. He had a bunch of successful movies, man. All right? Proverbs 31:3. It said, give not that strength unto the women, nor thy way which destroyeth kings. That's right. That's why you so-called white people, you're going down because you gave your strength to these women, man. You made a pact with Eve, and you made a pact with all, but see, that pact brought you down. But Esau, he ain't here. Esau's a demon, man. Esau don't know what he's doing. Esau, he's led by the spiritual demon Satan. So he's going into the way of Balaam, man. Of Bala. He's going into the way of Baal Peor, man. He's going into the way of the Baphomet, which is the he-she god, the transformer god, you know, the where there's blurred lines, like man Robin Thicke said, you know. So this is why he's going down, man, because of his ill dealings. All right, so that's why it says in Sirach 10:3, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries got by deceit, that kingdom is translated one people to another, man. So yeah, man, all these chick flicks, all this feminism and all that shit, it just shows you that another perfect example of why this society is going down. Why another just another cherry on the top, you got all this shit going on, but in every aspect of this kingdom, every single aspect of it is terrible. It's all going down. The music, the TV, the education system, the fucking infrastructure, the roads, the people, the atmosphere, the culture, the fucking culture, man. It's all done for. It's ready. It's ripe for the picking. That's why it says the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. The time of her harvest is upon us, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave you with that. The daughter of Babylon is as a threshing floor, man. When the threshing floor is ready, you come with the tools and you pick it. It's right for the picking. You know. She's ripe. She's ripe for the taking, and the Lord's gonna come and take her, man. All right. It's right for the picking. It's like a threshing floor. Yeah. So all these movies suck. You know. All these TV shows suck. And it's all symbolic of Esau going down, man. Eve is going down with him, man. All right. Those of you Eves that are not with your men, that are not with the men of Israel, namely the elect men of Israel, man. All right. As it tells you in Isaiah 32nd chapter, man. A man shall be a hiding place and a covering from the wind, not the red man, not the Hollywood man. All right. But the spiritual man. All right. Jeremiah 51 and the 33rd verse. It says, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her, yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. See, so the daughter of Babylon is a threshing floor. Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. You know? So this is the daughter of Babylon. And it is time to thresh her. The little while has passed. Now the time of her harvest is coming. All right. So this is why you're seeing that all her movies suck. She don't have no more stars. Everybody's laughing at her. The Lord told you, Obadiah, I made thee small amongst the heathen, thou art greatly despised. So everybody's laughing at you. you so-called white people, especially your Hollywood, your movie, your TV shows are not the best anymore. You're not the leader in every fucking thing. ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Now you're the worldwide leader in memes and fucking and laughter. You know, motherfuckers is laughing at this place. You know, instead of looking at it in awe and respect, now they're looking at it in disgust. You know, as a vile gazing stock. You know. So, anyways, with that, call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash Shalom. Call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Shem Ba'Shem Rakakwadash Shalom to the elect. Peace and taste to you, elect, man. The daughter of Babylon is ready to thresh her. The daughter of music being brought low, and ain't no G20 fucking girl power feminism gonna reign on the earth. All right, the scriptures tell you my voice. Proverbs 8:4, my voice to the sons of men, and with them I'm gonna establish a covenant. And all this feminism bullshit, this weak ass demonic way of the white man, the knowledge of the left hand side is not gonna reign on the earth, man. This is prospering right now, but it's gonna fall because scripture tell you Psalms 12, the wicked walk on every side, the violent men are exalted. The 7th verse. The violent men are exalted right now, so the wickedness is exceedingly polluted the earth, pursuing 2 8. So now what's going to come is the right way. As tell you in Proverbs 6:16, seek out the old path when it's the right way, man. That's what's going to be a steps on earth. The right way, man. No more the fucking masculine way, man. The way of the Lord. All right? So that is Shalom. Shalom.